downtown Cleveland and Progressive Field. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Cleveland Guardians. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Well, Singy, he's been really up against it lately. Major struggles at the plate, but perhaps today he gets it going again.
Yeah, Boog, he needs to find his rhythm out there and just simplify his mindset in the box. I know it's easier said than done, but you just got to see the ball, hit the ball.
First pitch coming your way next. And towing the slab in this one, Joey Cantillo. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Get deeper in this start today.
All right, ready to get underway. Ian Happ up to hit.
Ian Happ.
And we're underway. This one smoked, could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Batting second, third baseman.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. That one clips the outside corner. 0-1. Man at second. That one ripped. And makes the grab. 1 down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
So now with 1 away and a man at second. And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
To get him into motion.
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit.
Ball inside.
And the 1-0. On a line. And there are 2 outs.
Batting fifth, shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Tap back to the mound. The throw to first, and Swanson is set down. And that's the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's an early 1-0 lead. Back here in Cleveland. And on the hill for the Cubs, Cade Horton. What do you got on him, Chris?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. Obviously a guy who makes good days, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Here's the 0-2. Left field. And that is a foul ball. The 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Struck him out looking with the off-speed stuff. Here's the Guardians lineup now. Seeing plenty of left-handed bats in this lineup against the righty on the hill.
Yeah, they're looking to ambush, and you wonder if it's going to lead to a big game for them or not. Certainly, it's a nice boost of confidence to think you can get to that pitcher on the mound with all those lefties in the lineup, and with that extra split second they have to react. We'll see how it shakes out here.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. That one at 95 missed up top. Ball one. Ramirez with a couple of homers in his last game. There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
One out, runner at second. Kyle Manzardo digs in for the Guardians.
Ball upstairs.
The 1-0.
That's ball two. Hey!
One out and a runner at second here in the second game of the series. That one misses. Ball three. This one in the air center field. Crow Armstrong takes it in for the out. Out number 2.
Batting fourth, catcher, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor at the plate now.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform, but at some point that starts to go away and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Foul ball there. Man on second, 2 down. Chopped out towards short. Tosses to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Guardians lead 1. They trail here 1-0. We move ahead to the top of the second now. So up now for Chicago, Nico Hoerner. And that one fouled off. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. On the ground to the left. Throw to first in time.
Batting seventh, catcher Carson Kelly.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. You think back to 2017, and Cleveland set a major league record. 22 consecutive wins they had. It was capped off with a 10-inning walk-off win. Pretty amazing streak and a big part of the history of this yard. Swings through that one for strike two.
Boog, and I remember early in that season covering them and talking to their staff and players, and they didn't feel like they had really clicked yet. Now,
oh, and that deflects off his glove. Throw sails over his head at first. No advance, though. Ball didn't get too far away.
Batting eighth, center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong.
And here is Pete Crow Armstrong. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Kelly over at first with one away. And a foul ball. The 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Matt Shaw will hit next. Base hit, and now two aboard.
Up next for the Cubs.
It's amazing to me that he was able to put the barrel on that one. I mean, that pitch was pretty well outside, but great extension and bat control through the zone allowed him to drive it the other way. That was pretty impressive.
Now at the plate, Ian Happ. Swing and a miss. Two on, two outs.
Ball.
Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Cubs 1 and the Guardians nothing.
I only got one speed, that's the goal. I still win with my back against the rope. I can't take it now, that's a no. Cause winning is the life that I chose.
Bottom half of inning number 2. Stepping up for the Guardians, Brian Rocchio. The 0-1. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Now here's Nolan Jones.
Nope.
In the air, left field. Happ heads towards it. Safely.
Just a blue pit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
One out, runner at second. Gabriel Arias digs in for the Guardians.
Ball, that's up there.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Now the tag at third, and they got him.
I appreciate wanting to move up there, but that ball didn't get very far away, and getting thrown out as a result, sometimes you can be too aggressive on the bases.
Aye!
Two down, nobody on. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Top half of the third inning. So up now for Chicago, Alex Bregman.
That's inside.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
The count 2-1. Bregman swings, hits one deep, left field. That one carrying. Going, gone. Alex Bregman sends it out. His first homer of the year, and they add on. It's 2-0.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Hit on the ground to the right side. Manzardo takes it to the bag, one away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
First baseman, Michael Busch.
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. He's 0 for 1. Hit in the air, left field. 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. Grounded out back to the pitcher his first time. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Two down, nobody on. That one lifted to left. Kwan moving under this one. And that is that. This homer brings the Guardians a bit closer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Off the hook. Go to work, baby, cook. Just be great, keep them shook. Make them watch, make them look. Let them know you the one. Still in light like a crook. Hottest under the sun. Make them watch, make them look.
George Valera leading things off and takes a strike. Late swing, foul to the left. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the 0-2. Good eye right there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Upstairs. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. He's got it. 1 away.
Batting ninth, second base.
And now it's going to be Daniel Schneemann.
Ball 1.
Swings through that one for strike 1. Next
That's
pitch
outside.
off the plate, and it's 2-1. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
For the Guardians, left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Caught looking his first time up. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Just missed.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle, and with 2 outs, 1 swing can put you right back in this ball game.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. Fights it off. He'll see another. 1-2 now. In the air, right field. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down for him there. On to inning number 4. It's the Cubs 2 and the Guardians nothing. Back now at Progressive Field. So up now for Chicago, Nico Hoerner. In the air, right side. Jones should have this one. And there's one away.
Up next for the Cubs, catcher Carson Kelly.
Carson Kelly digs in now. Reached on an infield single his first time.
Ball 1.
And a big swing and a miss. This one in the air, center field. Valera on his way over. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Cubs, center fielder.
So up next for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. Struck out swinging his first time. To the right side, Schneemann fires over to first, and that'll do it. The Cubs are down quietly as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Here in Cleveland, so in now for Cleveland, Jose Ramirez. Ramirez in his 12th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Now the 0-1.
Ball, that's in.
And strike 2.
I think it was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And up next for Cleveland, Kyle Manzardo.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And fouled off. Ramirez gets his lead at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. And that one ripped to left. He's got it.
Up next for the Guardians, catcher
Bo Naylor now at the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Fought off foul. And the 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Next
Ball,
offering
that's high.
upstairs.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Now there's a bullet down the line. Fair ball. Around second is Ramirez. And it'll be runners at second and third, only one away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt. The other way.
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Here's Brian Rocchio.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Second and third, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. No question about this one. It's out of here. He leads the yard to right, and they lead it. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach.
One down. Stepping up for the Guardians, Nolan Jones. Doubled in his first AB. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. To the right side. Bush steps on the bag, and there's two away.
Up next for the Guardians, the shortstop, Gabriel Arias.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's going to be Gabriel Arias. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Ball.
Outside low, and that's ball 2.
Hey.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Guardians put up 3 on this homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. We go to the top of the 5th, and here's the DH for the Cubs, Matt Shaw. Swing and a ball popped in the air. One up, one down.
Up next for the Cubs, left fielder Ian Happ.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Ian Happ, the next to hit, 1 for 2. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Jones on the move. He's got it. 2 away now.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Now it's Alex Bregman. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
0-2 now. This one in the air, center field. Valera under it. And that's the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail it 3-2. Back here in Cleveland, we head to the bottom of the 5th. George Valera digs in for the Guardians.
Hey!
To the right side. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Guardians, second baseman Daniel.
So up next, Daniel Schneemann. Swings through that one. 0-1. That clips the corner. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Came after him with the fastball on 0-2, and that's a pretty good demonstration of what power pitching is all about. He's got the stuff, obviously, and right there he used it to put his opponent away without needing to waste any pitches.
Kwan in the box again, takes a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2. Kwan wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. 2 down, nobody on. Down the inside corner for a strike. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. That is the inning. Guardians go down 1-2-3, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
Do it again. At school on the right, I used to go there. Everybody, mama and cuz used to go there. Ain't well say to pay rent on Island. Over there used to be the Westside Club. Every night Pat went to Westside Club.
And the batter now, Seiya Suzuki.
Right fielder Seiya Suzuki.
Late swing fouled off. crushed. Left center high ball game. It's 3-3. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Joey Cantillo gives way, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment. Number 63 takes over on the mound. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. And up next for Chicago, Michael Busch. Swings over the top of that one.
That's the ball.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Battling here as he fouls it away. One-two now. Fastball is outside. Got him swinging for the K. Had him out front for strike 3.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Swanson digs in. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Jones settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, second baseman, Nico Hoerner.
So here's Hoerner now. Out there to center. Valera has a beat on it. And that is that. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. We're tied now with 3 apiece. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Well, we go bottom 6. Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez.
Ball. That's inside.
That's in there, and the count is 1-1. Well struck right field, carrying well. Out of here. Jose Ramirez bops one out. He's up to 3 home runs in the series, and they take the lead. It's 4-3. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Where's that fastball out of here?
Stepping in, Kyle Manzardo.
You know,
Outside,
these
that's the ball.
Guardians, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
The 1-0.
That's a ball.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Hit in the air, center field. And there's one down. Singy, here's a look at his pitch breakdown for the game.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. These hitters haven't looked overmatched, though, and he may need to try something else.
Naylor, batting with one down, takes a strike. That one hammered center field. Way back there, it's got a chance. Gone, and to the deepest part of the park. He got just enough of that one. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 5-3. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. He got on plate with that high fastball, then look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
One down. Brian Rocchio digs in for Guardians.
Ball. That's inside.
That was the
Oh,
sweeper,
that's
but
out.
it missed. Horton, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two runs across in the inning here in the bottom of the sixth. In the air, left field. Happ gets under it. Oh, he can't squeeze it. Around first, heading for two. And he'll reach second with one away.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
One out. Runner at second. Nolan Jones ready to hit. Rocchio, the runner at second with one away.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Next offering upstairs. Swing, and he popped it up. Bush under this one. And there's two down. Next to hit, Gabriel Arias, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Time called as the pitching coach makes a visit to today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break.
Now pitching for the Cubs.
Here comes the new arm for the Cubs, Bobby Milner.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. 7th inning coming up. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Carson Kelly.
That's to third. Ramirez tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Cubs, center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Fouled off. He was late.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
The Cubbies trailing by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Catcher has it. Fires to first. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. Number 63 will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. They go with one of their more experienced arms in this spot, Matt Festa.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And next is the designated hitter, Matt Shaw. This one bashed to left center, on its way, and that one's out of here. And they cut into the lead.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Back to the top of the order. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Ian Happ. Looking to get the tying run on base. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Here's Alex Bregman. Tap foul at the plate.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
And a swing and a miss. Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Cade Smith, the closer, is getting loose. Armstrong also throwing. The 0-2. And that skips in the dirt. Good job to fight that one off. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they had the lead. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they jump in front in the 7th. It's 6-5. These fans are dealing with some heartbreak right now.
Performance nothing short of clutch. With that swing, he's given his team the lead and a huge psychological boost.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Matt Festa won't go any further, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Hunter Gaddis.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So 2 down, Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Swings through that. The 0-1. Swinging a foul straight back. Two down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Got him. That's the 3rd out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Back now at Progressive Field. Well, it's been a fun game for fans who love homers. These teams are teeing off, as we can see from the spray chart.
Yeah, games like this were so fun for me as a hitter, Boog. You grab your bat and head to the plate thinking, hey, could be my turn to go yard next.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And there's a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
The 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Daniel Schneemann will hit next. That one is absolutely belted. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game. So great job there stepping up to the challenge. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, Stephen Kwan. 0 for 3 in this one. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Tying run at second base. Here at the bottom of the 7th. On the ground to third. Slinging it to first in time.
Up next for the Guardians, third baseman, Jose.
Here's Jose Ramirez.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. First and second, 2 outs. Kyle Mansardo digs in for the Guardians. Strike 1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over. That's a crucial missed opportunity.
He's in a tough spot. Had to make a great pitch. Did it. Got the strikeout. Gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
We go to the 8th. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Michael Busch. That one ripped, but foul. In the air to left center. Valera on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Dansby Swanson.
And now it's Dansby Swanson. That one fouled off. Here comes the 0-1. Gets him to chase after that one.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Swings and misses. Now 2 out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter.
Corner gets out of the way. That's ball 1.
Straighten him up a little bit.
In the air, right field. And that'll do it. Nothing's happening there for the Cubs, as it remains a 6-5 ball game. Bottom of the 8th. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Bo Naylor. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Ball.
The 1-1. On the ground at first. Bush takes it himself, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Designated hitter, Brian Rocchio.
Brian Rocchio digs in for the Guardians. He's already homered in this game. The 0-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Digging in, Nolan Jones, 1 for 3. Check swing called strike, and it's 0-1. Two down, nobody on, and there's a foul ball. The 0-2. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. The relay to second, but he's in there easily.
Putting some good swings on the ball. That's his second extra base hit in this one. Really important at bat coming up now.
Gabriel Arias, the next to hit. In the air out to center. Tracks it down for the out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Cade Smith.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, one-run game. Carson Kelly digs in now. And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Tim Herron, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Armstrong, the right-hander, also getting loose. Andy O2. Swing and a bouncer. Arias. Now the throw to first on the run. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. He was late there, strike one.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
That splitting's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one carrying. And gone out to the deepest part of the field. Crushes that one to center field. His second of the year.